the Houston Texans taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The numbers for Mixon last week: 19 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Man in motion left. That's Collins. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. You look at this Steeler defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Here's Stroud. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by their left-handed quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
And quickly they get to the line. And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The Steelers at 9-2 to start play. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl front runners. They're playing with extreme confidence. And you need that in order to go all the way.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
On 3rd down, Gabriel. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
As Stroud now to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 33 yards that time.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. This running game so important for them, and they know that, and helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. He completes it to Hunter. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Down at the 25. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there. We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gabriel. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
To throw on second down. Gabriel. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Let's go. 10 black.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Here we go. 45. Right. Just watch it. 6. Remember. 8.
Back to throw. Gabriel. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Sermon is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Houston set to take over. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel. That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
On second down, it's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 70 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fighting through at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
Now a 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun. Gabriel. Over the middle, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Ready? Hey, confused.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Down to about the 32. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Now they'll change things up. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 25. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Well, partner, this drive has been a model of efficiency. They've done everything they've wanted to. And the defensive guys, they've got to be getting frustrated. They can't figure out how to get off the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red. You don't blue.
Looking to throw. Gabriel over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Let's go. 50. Green. Hey, go Steelers.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Gabriel. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
He's going to let it go again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Second and 6. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Gabriel. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
DeMarvion Overshown, the one to bring him down. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Gabriel going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go, set. Clock 40.
Gainwell will score. Touchdown, Steelers. Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. The Ravens seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Next, we head off to check out.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Wilson with a first down carry. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Let's go. 60 red. 60 red.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Back to throw. Gabriel. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunter. And he'll be stopped right there at the 28. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Mixing up the middle. Oh, spinning away. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stroud. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Delson in motion. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Mixon again. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are back within a score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Gabriel. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Second down and 6 now. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They will run for it with Gainwell going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll take this down to the 33. Here's a 2nd and 8. They run the counter. Marks. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Hunter. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. An option handoff here to Mixon. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 81 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Nick Chubb punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are all tied at 28. So this drive spans 7 plays, and Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On 1st down, Gabriel going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 50 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Austin, the man in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gabriel toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now it's Rodgers. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Steelers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Steelers, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Is that ball?
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now Austin. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They give to Sermon out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. On 4th down, Gabriel. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Here's a give to Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
And not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
This one taken in by Stover. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
They went to their big body tight end on 2nd down in hopes that he could plow his way to a 1st down. But they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
To throw on 2nd down. Gabriel going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 49 yards. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He will push his way down to about the 14. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Separating from the gun. Gabriel. Touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a two-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride. Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different, because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better, had time to survey the field, and still couldn't find an open receiver.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
And cycle. Right. Steal. Check steal.
Off play action. Gabriel. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stroud, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Stroud here on 3rd and long. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Dumps it off to Mixon. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Stroud looking to throw. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long from Houston.